So, live on YouTube. Good morning to my name is Endo Miller, and today in Talking Talk, we're going to discuss a little bit about cell phones being banned in the Brazilian schools. I don't know if you know around the world, but we have done it in Brazil, and I have some people here expert on it. They have thinking a lot. They really know about this topic, and I want to know more from them. So that's it. Paula, can you introduce yourself, please?
Of course. Good morning, people. My name is Paula. I have 44 years old. I am married. I am a pet mother and cat lover. And I was a old I am a vintage, so I agree with this, and we will talk a lot about this.
Thanks a lot, Paula. Michael, please, your turn.
Hello everyone, I am Michaele, I am 20 years old. I live in Goiânia, Goiás, and I'm married. I am a biotechnologist and a PhD student, and I have two cats. I don't have any child. I think that.
You study biotechnology,
No, I'm graduating in biotechnology.
biotechnology, and you are doing your PhD,
Yes, thank you.
20 years old?
28.
28 years old, okay. Very nice. Congrats. Congrats for this. You're brave doing your PhD. Eduardo, please introduce yourself.
Estou iniciando, né? Então, estamos
Oh, it's,
me
is it your first
engatinhando.
time? So,
É a segunda aula. Perguntou se era a primeira, né? É a segunda. Então, vamos lá, né?
very detailed. Okay.
I'm married. I have two children and enjoy playing sports. Summary of my experience. I have 30 years of experience in business in management and control
Mhm.
and data collection and analysis. Uh, Summary, but não entender muito.
Okay. No, no problem. Eduardo, if you want to speak in Portuguese sometimes, just to let you know. Well,
Ok,
I will say in Portuguese as well. So, quando você quiser falar em português, se você não sentir que
não
tá te
vai?
ajudar, pode, à
Legal,
vontade.
agradeço. Obrigado.
Okay? No problem.
É,
Mateus, please, your turn.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Mateus. I'm 30 years old. I have a degree in production engineering. I am a data analyst. I work in this area. There are 5 years, but I work in different companies about these as activities about data. Uh, I like learning English because for me my area is essential for learning different tools for talk the people for see any documents because in data area, the technology there are many documents in English for the learning, and for me it's essential the learning English. In my free time, I like read books, technical books, the other types of books. For me, it's essential because helping me very well about my communication, about my relationship, and for me, it's essential. And when I have a time, I have go to the beach, go to the shopping mall, talk with my friends, stay with my family. That's it.
Okay, thanks a lot. Be welcome, Mateus. Ricardo, please, your turn.
Hello guys, my name is Ricardo and I live at São Vicente. Is a small city of São Paulo state, south coast from São Paulo. São Vicente is the first city of Brazil. I'm married. I have a daughter. I have two little friends, my cats Quindim and Pudim. And the well, I'm here again to try learning English because it's so hard. I don't know what happened. I try a lot of times to study, but unfortunately, I can't reach this goal. But someday,
Okay, okay. Thanks a lot, Ricardo. Guys, let's start. Well, generation. General question. What's your opinion about this? That's the first point. What's your opinion? All consideration that I have, all opinions I've read, and I agree, I disagree because of this, because of that. You know, you open to say what you think. Reflections, only reflections. Let me see. Mateus.
Perfect. I see. I have there are balance. I see some balance in the school as a good option for then complete the situation. For example, you'd be the only allow use during break times. I think is burning for any hours for me. It's not a good option for me. Do you ignore the technology in some moments? And I think if the schools in general puts in a balance, for example, in 1 hour, the people take your cell phone, use the internet, but during I don't remember the hours, classrooms
Okay.
during the classrooms, it's banning. For me, it's a correct, but you banning for all days, all the time. For me, it's not a good option. For me, when you put in a balance the situation, for me, it's a correct because do you how can I say? Do you education the people for use cell phone in some moments and not in the all the classrooms. I think
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. Good. Mikael, please. What's your point?
So I've read a little about that, about the law. For me, the best scenario would be not to need it. But I agree with the law. Here in Goiás, it's it's not a law, but I had already applied some restrictions to phone use in school. I think it's since 2022. I don't remember. But I agree because the law it's about uh, banning the cell phone in school, but it's still allowed for education purpose. The law uh, uh, the law it's about that the children can use for education purpose, but can't use for distraction, for
Okay.
example. So I think if it will very if it will se for realmente aplicado certo,
Okay.
it will be very good for the students.
Okay. Okay. Good. Um, Eduardo, what's your opinion?
I believe it improved because call phone in schools were not normally used for education purpose, but rather distraction
Okay.
as
Okay.
a distraction.
Okay. Okay. I agree. Yeah. And first, I need to to hear Paula.
Well, I
Thanks,
think
Eduardo.
you hear me?
Okay.
I think everything is new. Need to think in 18 H, né? All extremes. Everybody, everything. We free to use it and nobody knows how to use. Now we need restraint and recently here we don't talk about this in we don't have councils to because it's very good to teach this to use cell phone, but you need educated. We old people don't know how to use it really well, the cell phone. Sometimes I need to turn off my cell phone because I need to study. Teenager and children don't think in this. They don't think far away.
Good point.
So
Good point.
if we need to to be educated, uh, they needed more. I think about this.
Ricardo, what's your opinion?
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I received a phone call. Could you repeat the question? Is number two?
No, the question is a general question about what's your opinion about the cell phones being banned from the Brazilian school?
Okay, I believe that's not necessary. There are certain circumstances, and a kind of research or a lesson, but the most part of the time it's not really necessary. I believe that the cell phone cause more problems than improvements, I believe. So in this case, let the cell phone alone. Certainly, it you survive. And I'm a lucky guy because my daughter is responsible. So normally she used a lot, but when she is on the classroom and the in the classroom and the she have to study normally. Until now, she is a responsible girl. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Well, thanks. Thanks for sharing.
Okay.
Well, do you know the word bias? Do you know, Michael, bias? Bias. Do you know bias? You know bias? Bias means tendência. Bias like this, right? Bias. So, just saying bias. And I think it's interesting, this discussion, because we was educated in a totally different schools, right? Very, how can I say, mechanical. And we are discussing the pros and cons about other generation, right? Because for us, it's interesting to say, oh, yeah, no, I need the cell phone to be educated. And okay, for me, it's nice. I can learn English. I can learn a lot of stuff. But we learned from the scratch without cell phones. And we are discussing a generation that since they born, they are using cell phones. So they have not the control of it like we had, right? So they are kind of addicted. And even this is my opinion, totally personal, even if the person or the people, students in general, they have, only lacks or time to use during the school time, this is a problem because it's kind of addicted, right? Like addiction, like, oh, I need to finish this class because I will take my cell phone. Oh, the time is, it's finishing. I will stay without my cell phone. And this kind of, how can I say, this kind of sensation, this kind of feeling, it's a problem in education because to be educated, we need calmness. Like, for example, the people will teach you or teach us some math. you know, or Portuguese or language or history. And they will explain the first time, two time, three time. And we need, oh, I do not understand. I need time to understand more. Can you explain again? Can you explain again? Can I explain again? After the people are, kind of very excited to take the cell phone, block totally your brain. And we see it on us. Like when, for example, you are working, trying to like this right now, and your cell phone, they light up, and your brain automatically, oh my God, a message, a message. So you cut your thoughts. That's my opinion. Okay, Paula, please.
And essa estudo is research about this. We need 20 minutes to pay attention. So if
Exactly.
the cell phone, wow, you need more to 20 minutes to return to this. And to little child need to write, need to do things with the
Exactly.
hands. This new generation don't know how to say fina, coordenação motora fina. I don't know how
Okay.
to say it. They can't
Okay.
open little packets.
Okay.
Xandinho, Danoninho. They don't know. They don't have pinça movement.
Exactly.
Because they
Is that real? Oh
because
my God.
now Danoninho came in a little bottle now, so they don't need the some movement. So we are uh, arise a generation don't need to know details of the light if it's important to us, but they know how to do this. You need to link your brain with your hands. So
Yeah.
it's complicated to
Yeah, I brought this topic because it's not a yes or no question. It's not simple to discuss that. We have a lot of points that we need to consider here.
I'm a
So
teacher. We if you digital uh, blackboard. So I love technology in the school, but I know they need how you say calm down, thinking about the letter,
solve as
the
well.
numbers.
What if for me, what's the problem is the to split the information the internet have done, like split information. This is I do not like. But let's just to uh tell to Eduardo. Eduardo, let me explain some points here. In my immersion, specifically, quando eu estou conduzindo uma reunião dessas de inglês, desde muito tempo que faço isso, eu geralmente coloco um tópico, mas eu não sigo tantas perguntas, porque eu gosto de tentar fazer a pessoa desenvolver sem ficar preso às respostas que ela respondeu
Ficar desesperado, é isso?
previamente,
Ele gosta de
tá?
deixar a gente ficar desesperado, eu sei como é que é.
Não,
Sei
é
como.
só
Quer judiar,
Não,
né?
deixar,
tem um
não,
empate,
mas
essas
deixar
coisas assim.
mais natural
Que
possível,
é
sabe?
isso?
Assim,
Esses
então,
dias de
uma conversa.
calor é
But for
complicado, hein, cara?
you, But for you, para você, Eduardo, eu vou perguntar fazer o protocolo porque eu, abro essas
Agradeço,
sessões para as pessoas, ok?
agradeço.
So the first question, can you answer the first? Does banning cell phone improve learning or ignore technology benefits? Especially the second part, ignore technology benefits. What's your opinion?
Ah, eu vou linkar a segunda questão, tá? Mais ou menos o
Okay,
pensamento, tá?
okay,
Some see a controller, tá? But I see as protection. Must schools do not have means properly guide and control the use of the tool. But and my roles with my children, this tool is used correctly. Okay.
Okay. See, you said about your son, and sometimes I think, for example, in a family when we are having a party, sometimes the people need to cut the internet, like the Wi-Fi signal, because oh my God, the people, imagine you are your friends and people on cell phone, like man, your mother, close to you, your father, your uncle, and
No, my children read a book. My
wow, that's
children
the best, the best.
programming. My children speak study Hebraico, study Inglês, um, being
Hebraico?
very different. Yes, that's
Oh,
I,
this is
I
different.
Jewish. Yes,
Okay.
so,
This is nice. Congrats. This is important thing. This is kind of learning. It's really, really nice.
they use very technology. Uh, não sei se deu
Guys,
para entender.
let me, yeah, I answered.
Ok, obrigado.
Guys, very personal question. What you have done to balance your relation with the technology and cell phone and internet and so on? Mateus, what do you have done? Do you consider that you have this control? The first question. And the second is, what do you have done to to balance this?
Good question, Endel. In my case, for example, when I work, I use my cell phone in some hours because if me use my cell phone during my work, whoa, I don't work and I use my cell phone, and it's not good when do you work or practice some activities when you study on a school on the college, and I use my cell phone in some hours, but in some cases it's difficult because I work and my cell phone thoughts, and some people call me, oh my God, and I work during the time. In this case, I call my cell phone because I don't know what the people talk with me. It's important or not, but in this case, I not ignore. But when people send one a message in a WhatsApp, for example, I don't see when I work because for me it's not good. If for example, I work I'm a data analyst, and there are some situation I see, and I think I see analyze the problem and create a solution. But if me touch my cell phone when I work in this situation, for me it's a complicated because I don't know in English, eu perco a minha atenção. In this case, I
Okay.
don't. For me, it's not good. But when I have a pause with my, for example, during my lunch, my food, I send some message and I use my cell phone during some minutes, and when I return in my job, I don't use more. And there are some cases when the people call me, but I see, oh, it's important. I don't know. No, I answer these people the end of the day. In my case, I put in balance in this form. But some
Very
case,
nice.
it's for the case, it's
Very
complicated
nice.
within the days.
Congrats, because this is hard. I mean, I'm
Very
laughing
hard.
here because yeah, I'm laughing here because sometimes the people said, they wanted to stay with the cell phone all the time. And some people, they said something like, oh, some member of your family can die. Man, if you stay with your if your cell phone waiting for your family die, it's kind of crazy because
Yeah.
imagine, no, I need to stay with my phone because some family can die. Oh my God, this is nuts, right? But I think this is the best situation. I think the best behavior we could have. I mean, when you are doing something that the focus is needed, we turn off the cell phone and only to preserve your focus. You know, exclusively to finish what you have done. Very good. Very good. Congrats. Michaeli, how about you? What you have done? Do you consider that you have the control or the cell phone controls you? What's the case?
Oh, I I think I don't have control about that. Last year I went 3 months without Instagram on my cell phone because for me the my addiction is Instagram also.
Instagram?
Because Instagram, yes, because I don't talk much on my cell phone like WhatsApp. I don't talk so much. Just my addiction is just with Instagram. And when I need focus, like nowadays I need work with data analysis. So I need to exclude my Instagram on my cell phone. If I do that, I'm okay. I'm very focused and I can work good. But when I like here in the class, I use my Instagram on the computer. So it's very difficult for me. So I need to exclude the Instagram on cell phone. And the computer I use a lot, but for many hours because it's difficult to stay in computer for many hours. So cell phone
Yeah.
is very easily for us to spend a lot of hours in the same applicant app. So
Okay.
for me, I'm not control about that, but I have
Yeah.
my situation.
Yeah.
I can resolve my problems.
I think we are on same boat in that case. Like I don't even that I do not consider that I'm actually addicted to the Instagram, but I think I'm passing a lot of time, on Instagram. This is a problem because, for example, nowadays I shared in other immersion that I'm trying to convert the time that I pass in using Instagram to reading books. So since the
Me
last
too.
year, I started to read more. And when I have time, I start to read. When I have time, I start to read. But even doing that, when I see, I'm passing more than 1 hour in Instagram, and for me, this is a problem because 1 hour I can do a lot of stuff. And it's not because I would like to do more and be more productive. It's not about prediction and being productive. It's more about doing things or even to relax, doing anything without Instagram.
Different. Mhm.
Yeah, to relax, to, balance your mind and your soul. And yeah, that's my fight against the social media.
Me neither.
Ricardo, how about you?
Uh,
Cell phone control you or you control cell phone and internet?
I don't say that the cell phone control me, but certainly I use a lot. And I'm a father, so sometimes, for example, when I have to talk with my daughter and they talk about it, sometimes it's a no sense, if you use a lot and they don't allow or request for my daughter don't use so much. uh. I love games, uh, and the sometimes I use, but social media not so much, not so much. Uh, you can't see my face, but I'm not exact. a model, a beautiful person, or a handsome guy. So in this case, I don't like so much to take pictures all the time, and I let this kind of situation for the beautiful people. So in this case, I believe that's the most. I use just particular games in the WhatsApp. It's not for me. WhatsApp is not exactly a social media. I know regarding the status and the other stuff, but essentially for me, it's watch videos and the send messages for my family and friends.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you send that message, bon dia message to your family
Yeah, yeah,
families
yeah.
group? Yeah.
I'm a
Oh
guy.
my God.
I'm a
Oh
good
my
morning guy.
God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my
Every day I used to send
Oh my God.
a positive messages for my
Positive
family.
message. Oh my God.
I'm an old
Okay.
guy, so it's part of my culture. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. My uncle used to do the same. Like, when I wake up, man, I have more than 10 messages. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my God. Okay, good morning, guys. Some beautiful message with some sound and music. And I don't know what they think. Like we can take yourself and oh my God, my day will be awesome because of this message. Because of this message, my day will be. But yeah, I sometimes when they do not send this, I miss because I think it's funny. Even that I do not exactly used to do the same, but I think it's nice to care with it. Eduardo, for you, we will say no. I wanna ask you. I will ask in português. Como que é para você escutar a conversa em inglês? E quanto por cento que você consegue compreender do que a gente está falando? Assim, pra ter uma base.
Eu consigo compreender aí uns 70%. Eu já trabalhei até com importação e exportação, fazendo gestão do carta de câmbio, enfim, na área financeira e administrativa. Então, eu tenho que me virar no inglês, né? Mas eu nunca falei. Então, a minha empresa é global e ela atende clientes globais. Eu vivo no meio do inglês também. Minha família toda fala inglês, meus filhos, minha esposa. Mas eu acho que eu preciso travar para falar. É isso, esse é o desafio.
Legal. Maravilha, maravilha. Não, isso é bom, porque senão fica uma coisa fora de destaque,
Não,
fica
não, não. Eu
causando
compreendo boa parte, pode
anxiety.
ficar tranquilo. Uhum.
I don't want to cause
Alguma
anxiety on
coisa ou
you.
outra eu posso me perder e cometer uma gafe, normal, mas
Yeah,
entendo o que
I
tá.
will do this. Eu vou fazer isso. I will commit gaffes. I have committed a lot of gaffes during my entire life, and I love doing that. Uh, question number 3 for you, right?
Ok?
How might the ban affect students from different? Oh, this is very interesting. From different socioeconomic background. What do you think about this? This is awesome.
Vamos lá. I believe it can, okay? How there are children who can use it, the study tool, okay? But there are not books. Good books are expensive, my experience.
Okay.
Buy books is expensive. Bom, seria isso.
Okay, good point. Good point. I agree. And for me, especially, I think if you have in a very bad socioeconomic situation, this is even more terrible. Like because you don't have even how to avoid it using cell phone. For example, when you see let's see what's happening right now nowadays. Jogo do Tigrinho, right? If you see the people that used to play this game, a lot of people they even don't know what's happening. They only know in a very, how can I say, sincere way to play that game, having fun and losing money, having fun and losing money, having fun and losing money. So technology is terrible for the people that they do not, you know, they are not aware about what's going on in terms of technology and so on. Thanks for sharing, Eduardo. Thanks. Guys, other question is, what's in your opinion? What was the pros in your life the technology brought for you? Mateus, you can start.
Can you repeat the question, Andrew?
Sure. What was the pros, the good points that the technology brought to your life? Like, I can say in Portuguese if you want. Quais são, what's the benefits, right? The benefits the technology brought to your life. Like, oh, this is different because now I'm using technology.
Yes. It's interesting. For me, helped me a lot in my activities. For example, I finished my graduation in the last year, but when I start, I I go with my faculdade or college? I don't remember. College.
University. Yeah, but can be
University,
university, can
university.
be.
I go to my universe presential, and during the pandemic, the technology helped me a lot because the people I don't have contacts with the other people, and I use the Teams, any platform for interact the teacher, the other people, the groups in the WhatsApp, and for me in this case, helped me a lot in my activities during the pandemic for learning the some topics about my career, for learning English. For example, today I don't have I don't know in English, necessidade to go the e-presential in a, for example, in a course in English because talk with the technology, with the talk, I practice my English. But in 5 years, the last 5 years, don't have these technologies. The people talk in your house, the others people, the people for talking English, the people go to the presential in a course. Don't have there are many in the past. There are many technology, but don't have these technologies. Do you people use this platform for talking to other people? And for me, these skills help me a lot in my activities, for my learning a new language, learning a new tools for start a new, for example, the other university. For me, helped me a lot.
Even that you said it's true, and I totally believe, and I think it's not believe, it's the real, it's the reality. But even with technology, a lot of people they consider that's better being presential, doing a lot of things because I don't know, but here in Brazil we are very resistant to the technology,
Exactly.
right? For example, if you go to the CNA or all this schools that they are teaching English and language, you will see a lot of people paying a lot of money, because they really believe that in presential I will learn. Through technology online I cannot learn. They would truly believe them. Like we have some kind of fear. And yeah, this is different. This is crazy.
Yes,
And I have a
I studied in a course in English during 3 years, but it's a good course, but I don't practice in English. For example, today I practice in English with the 40 people. In the past, there are 10 people and I don't talk. I read the book.
yeah.
The book is very expensive, this course, but I don't practice the conversation. And for me, don't happen because I learning the grammar, the reading, the writing some phrase, but I don't talk. And for me, in the past, I work in a big company and I use English in my activities and discuss during 3 years. For example, for helping me for improving my conversation, don't help me because I don't see conversation during my course, and for me it's complicated.
Yeah,
But today helped me a lot. This
yeah. I think in the next week, I think I have a live, and I will share a part of my experience trying to understand a methodology here in Talk and Talk. And something that I've been thinking and reflecting, that's what you have done is the obvious, but the schools do not say the obvious. And the obvious is being brave to see and to instigate the people to speak by themselves from the first day, right? The obvious, but this is obvious in terms of education, but I don't know what happened. The schools do not apply this. And here the people, we are applying because we are sincere with education. And we are open to do that, we are open to do that. This is different. Michaeli, how about you? What technology brought to your life that you consider awesome? And yeah, you cannot say social media, okay? You need to.
For me, helps a lot too. In my life, in my career, I am biotechnology, so all my career and my graduating, my life, it's about technology in different situations. So I need to study with my computer, and I have a lot of classes in EAD classes. And when in my last work, I study and I produce vaccines, for example, with a lot of technology. So nowadays, I think it will be very difficult for humanity to survive without technology.
Without, I agree.
And for me, technology is all my day. And in my classes, in my work, I use a lot of technology. I speak with a different person in different countries. So the technology is very useful for me.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm a researcher nowadays, so I need to use technology to do a lot of stuff. Like I've been, building maps and researching about articles and papers and information about the oil gas situation. Yeah,
Yes, and
the
that
medias that
is
I have.
so impossible in the 10 years.
Yeah. But even using technology, for example, what I think is interesting that I learned how to research before the technology itself, like we have nowadays, like, reading more, pay attention in details. And nowadays, I know how can pay attention in details using the technology. So this is different. Sometimes the people ask me, man, how can you do it? How you know it? But I know how to capture what is mattered, like what matters. But this I learned in without technology, just so I think we sometimes when I see young scientists, they are kind of lost on the internet, like they are lost because we have a lot of information. It's not easy to, how can I say, to select the good information. Yeah.
Yes, it's not not pro the fake news.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, we need to, yeah, and we need to work on it, like, teach them how to. Thanks for sharing, Ricardo. Please share your benefits with information. Beside playing games, beside send bom dia messages, beside all the things. Ricardo, are you here? Are you there among us?
I'm sorry.
I think no
I'm
problem.
sorry. The people used to say, for example, oh, investing money in space exploration is a bullshit. Is a waste of money or something like that. But for example, in India, uh, the guys solve the hungry problem because of that.
That's
And
correct. Yeah,
Brazil
you're right.
is the same. Brazil produce food, for example, a lot because of the technology. And doesn't matter which person, uh, because the people, the technology con don't control me, but certainly the technology influence a lot uh, our life. Yeah, there are some exception, but the
Mhm.
most part of the time, uh, certainly you is affect when you watch a TV, when you use a cell phone, when you uh, use a computer, and yeah, it's my job in my life is mixed with this kind of situation. So, and I believe that's
Okay.
the most part of the our world is affected too.
Should be absolutely. I agree. I agree. You have done with technology your work. So that's the point. I think we all here. Welcome again, Wally and Juliano. Guys, I have a question that what's your opinion in general about it? Cell phones and schools. Do you think it's good? It's nice? It's bad? It's terrible? We need to use more? We need to use to use less?
Well, in my opinion, we have the both sides, you know. Technology is good to learn, is good to do a lot of things. It's nice to have a conversation, for example, and to learn a language, on this example. But we have also problems related to that, you know. So it's quite of complicated to deal with technology in school and all this stuff because we have the positive points and the negative points. So maybe the point is find the balance, but it's pretty hard to find this balance, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Sometimes I think the school is the place where you can finally learn how to deal with information technology. Like, without technology, we will learn about the technology in general, how to use it for your life. And, at least be careful with this. Oh, like yeah, this is crazy. Juliano,
Yeah,
how about you? Oh, Wally, go ahead.
no, I was saying that maybe it was a place that we have the opportunity to learn how to deal with technology as well, and we are just banning that because it's the easy way to solve one problem, you know, but you have other problems as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes I think the banish, it's more because that I think that's pretty it. Like it's some problem that we cannot handle. It's like being addicted with us, it's like drugs. And it's totally similar. So the people around the world, they do not know how to deal with it. So it's not started here. It's started in Europe, Finland, Sweden, Scotland, Australia. So yeah, we are crazy. We are crazy.
Yeah.
Juliano, how about you? What's your point? Do you consider that's good? It's not good?
I think the conversation was very good. This subject is a good subject to talk, and at the same time, it's a hard subject to talk because I was talking with Warley in the other room, and we found a lot of problems, a lot of pros, a lot of cons. You know, it's very hard because when we think, oh, we are almost solving this problem, we found other problems to solve, you know. So
Exactly.
it's hard find a universal solution to solve this problem, you know. It's very hard, but it's very good have this kind of discussion because it's something that are happening right now in the schools, and it's a good topic to talk.
Yeah, I was shared with the people in the main room that I think the bad point, the bad side of it is that we cannot play Jogo do Tigrinho. This is a bad side because it's so nice to play Jogo do Tigrinho. Guys, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Do not take so serious. I'm just kidding. But you said, I shared with you in the main room that this kind of conversations are very hot topics. And there is no yes or no question, right or wrong. It's just something that's hard to discuss, even in Portuguese or in English. But it's something that we need to be aware about. To know more about details and try to understand. Even for us, like for our family or kids. And yeah, I consider that's a topic that we need to, review, and read more. Guys, thank you for this conversation. It was really awesome. Okay. I hope to see you in the next week and we can talk more about a lot of different topics such as this week we talked. And enjoy the rest of the day, right? Bye bye for you.
Bye bye.
See you.
Have a good
Thank you,
day.
guys.
Bye-bye,
Have a good
Thanks a
people.
lot.
one. Bye bye.
Bye.